Hi guys, it's JT here, and I want to talk to you about how to build on one of the most sought after abilities in the world today. It's sought after in the business world, your career, and even your life and relationships. This is leadership. So what I want to talk to you about today is how to stay calm in a stressful environment and mitigate stress triggers. Right, so the first element to this is I want to tell you how I've got to this point and why I'm in a good place where I can manage my own stress within a stressful environment. So I work within the civil engineering industry as a project manager, and when I tell you it's a stressful environment, I've been in meetings where I've had 10 people throwing insults at me, saying I'm not good at my job, even though they're completely wrong, and that might be my opinion or other people around me, but people take things so very personally and sometimes can attack you personally for things that are not within your control. So how do you cope when you're in that situation? So this is what I learned from that, and there's two elements. I'm gonna refer back to this story as I go through the video and how to go through the story and the message. So the first point is knowing your triggers. So self-awareness is the first step to any kind of growth in any aspect ever. That's how I've developed, and that's how I've learned to grow and move forward. So when I go back to the story, I was in this meeting and there's 9 or 10 people basically saying, look, this program has been delayed, it's all your fault, you're not doing your job properly. A bit of context, it's a subcontractor management program, and so you go back and there's some things that are not within your realm of control. You're just managing it and trying to mitigate as best as you can. So I'm sat in there and there's people throwing insults at me, all kinds of things, testing my integrity, testing my ability to stay calm. So within that minute, I was just thinking, okay, so what's triggering me here? I'm not overly bothered by the people that are basically fully going for my character. I'm not overly bothered about that because I know I have a strong integrity and will as a project manager and as a leader, and I know that some of these things are just emotional responses to something that people are quite upset about, and it's good. Passion is good within a project. Sometimes people get emotional and they don't mean what they say, it's their passion talking. So that doesn't bother me too much. Like, so what's the next trigger? Is it all these people bombarding me with questions? No, I've been there. I've been in this construction environment. I had a lot of people throwing questions at me, people are very high pressured environments, so that doesn't bother me too much. Is it when people start to then insult characters and people personally within the room and within my team? Yes, that was a trigger for me, and that's when I realized, okay, well, if it's getting to that point now and some people are saying some words where they're insulting people within the room who are not strong enough to defend themselves, or elsewhere in the building who cannot defend themselves. Okay, that's on my trigger. That's when I need to step in. So I knew what my triggers were in the stressful environment. It didn't happen overnight. It's taken years and years to get to that point to know what's my triggers in certain environments. So the second message, and this is how I dealt with the situation, it's mental resilience. So over the years, I've manage my own stress environment so that I'm mentally resilient in a stressful environment, and I can handle high pressure situations and take control of the situation. So that is how I've learned to manage a stressful environment, and that's taking control of the situation. So in particular, in that story, 9 or 10 people shouting a lot of insults, so you sit back very calm. I was just relaxed. Okay, I'm not going to get too involved here. When it gets to a point where I know I'm getting to my trigger, I then step in, and it's a very firm take control of the situation. You guys have had your conversation, let me speak now. But it needs to be done in a managed way. So building mental resilience takes time. So we'll be doing another video on ways to build up your mental resilience. Not something I'll be talking about right now, but that is the 2 ways to manage yourself in a highly stressful environment. One is being self-aware and knowing your triggers, and the second one is by mental resilience and taking control of the situation. So if you like what I'm talking about, especially regarding leadership and how you can grow as a leader, click subscribe somewhere down here or in the corners, and I hope you enjoy the rest of my videos coming out.